All right, it's time to go over my top 10 tight ends for week 10. We're going to get right into this video, stepping right here at number 10. We're going TJ Hockenson. We saw him come back from injury last week, 4 targets, ended with 3 receptions. Did really well, right? I think he's just kind of getting back into the groove, and I think he's going to improve even more even this week. They're taking on a Jaguars defense ranked 26 against opposing tight ends. You know, he should be on point this week, right? Everybody kind of just smacks around the Jaguars at this point. I think TJ Hockenson's got a really good opportunity to score a lot of good fantasy points. I think him and Justin Jefferson is going to really have a good tag team. To have Sam Darnold having an amazing week himself, look for TJ Hockenson to really have almost a comeback party in this entire offense this week against this Jacksonville Jaguars team. Easily for my top 10 tight end at number 10 for me here in week 10. So a lot of 10s, right? Coming in at number 9, we're going over Taysom Hill. Right, this is a guy that, what do we call him? Is he really a tight end or a quarterback or a receiver or a running back, fullback? Who knows what he is, but he's kind of a jack of all trades, right? He can kind of do everything for this offense, and they're really struggling, right? I mean, they traded away Marshawn Lattimore, which arguably one of the best defensive players on the team. The offensive, there's so many players that's hurt on this offense. It's kind of just crazy right now. But the one star, he was even hurt himself in Taysom Hill, but he's coming back in, right? He's able to do some things. He's in the Wildcat, running the football, doing a lot of things, which gives you pretty much on any given week a pretty good safety floor for Taysom Hill to be at your tight end position. But this week they're taking on a Falcons defense that ranks 25th against opposing tight ends. Jack of all trades, right? With an offense that's missing a ton of pieces. So Chris Olave had another concussion. Is he going to stay? Is he going to be out for this week? We don't know. He has to clear concussion protocol, right? So Taysom Hill's coming in here. They're kind of hurt at the running back position. Kendre Miller's hurt. Jamal Williams is hurt. They just got nice Alvin Kamara. Derek Carr's back now. They lost a lot of receivers. Everybody's getting absolutely hurt. I think Taysom Hill's going to be a big part of this offense this week, and I think he can surprise a lot of people easily in my top 10. And I was telling you guys, I think it was last week, to pick him up in the waivers. He's doing really, really good. I think that just this week he's going to surprise a lot of people, and absolutely what I have him at number 9 for my tight ends. I love it. Absolutely love it. Week 10. Get him into your lineups. Coming here at number 8, we're going Jake Ferguson. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of hating on the offense here, but Cooper Rush will be the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And like I say, Cooper Rush, I'm treating him almost like a rookie as well, even though he's been in the NFL for quite a bit now. But he's going to need a safety blanket. And I tell you guys on this channel all the time, safety blankets are the tight end position. But this week they're taking on an Eagles defense that ranks 24th against opposing tight ends. And I was saying, Cooper Rush, this is his safety blanket this week. I think he's going to get comfortable into this offense, going to get used to playing again. Dak Prescott plays a lot. Cooper Rush isn't required to play a lot. Cooper Rush is a decent quarterback. He can get the football out of his hand. He can make some plays happen. I think Jake Ferguson will have a good stat line when you look back at it, and he'll benefit from having Cooper Rush there. They're not going to really throw the ball down the field to CeeDee Lamb. If he plays, he should play, but again, he's another guy you got to check to make sure he is on your roster. Not sure what's happening with CeeDee Lamb, but overall, I think it's going to be really, really well. I think Jake Ferguson has himself a nice game. Don't let it scare you that Cooper Rush is the quarterback instead of Dak Prescott. I think Ferguson's going to have a lot of targets. He's going to be peppered with targets in this matchup, and he's going to put up quite a few fantasy points for you and your fantasy team. So moving right along here at number 7, we're going Kyle Pitts. This is one of those tight ends that's really starting to come along. And you know, ever since he was drafted as a rookie, everybody's like, oh, this is the year. This is the year he sucks balls. This is the year he sucks balls. Coming next year, this is the year he sucks balls. What happened this year? This is the year he sucked balls at the beginning of the year, but now he's starting to get it together, right? Balls, less suckage, right? You know, do you feel me? Do you pick up what I'm putting down? Right? He's starting to get it together. Is things clicking? I don't know. Is Drake London going to be out there? Is he injured? If not, Darnell Mooney's going to be the number 1 option. You got Kyle Pitts there as well. He could have himself a nice stellar game. This week they're taking on a Saints defense ranked 15th against opposing tight ends. Going against a struggling defense, right? They've lost everybody. They just traded away Marshawn Lattimore. Their complete secondary is absolutely atrocious right now. They have nobody to stop Kyle Pitts. Nobody's going to cover Kyle Pitts. He should have an explosion game. I think he could do very, very well. Kyle Pitts should have himself a monster week 10 easily here at number 7 for me. Move right along here. At number 6, we're going Dalton Kincaid, right? Dalton Kincaid, the guy is getting double-digit targets, a big piece of this offense with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. This week, they're taking on a Colts defense that ranks 31st against opposing tight ends. He could be the leading receiver for the Bills this week once again. Like I said, he's getting 10-plus targets in a game. The dude at the tight end spot, right? They need people to step up. It's going to take a while for Amari Cooper to really insert himself to being the dominant wide receiver in this offense. Keon Coleman's doing a good job developing. But I'll tell you, like I said at the beginning of the season, Dalton Kincaid is probably going to be the number one option for this offense. And sure enough, he's been the number one option for this offense for quite a bit for Josh Allen. So I think this week, it's going to be no different. So to come in here and get you plenty of fantasy points. Easy here at number 6 for me. Let's move over to the top 5 now. At number 5, we're going Evan Ingram. This is another tight end getting double-digit targets. You know, ever since he came back, Trevor Lawrence has played a little bit better. Trevor Lawrence can be a lot better. And if he continues to develop and get to the potential that we all know he can, Evan Ingram is going to shine once again. Last year, he had the most targets out of any tight end in football. You're starting to see it, right? He's getting, like I said, double-digit target at the tight end position. Him and Dalton Kincaid's absolutely killing it right now. But I think this week they're taking on a Vikings defense that ranks 11th against opposing tight ends. A negative game script really could mean a heavy volume for him, right? So anytime that they're down, which is quite frankly almost every single week, they're throwing the football a lot. Whether it's Brian Thomas Jr., whether it's Evan Ingram, don't know. You know, Christian Kirk's out. He's gone. Could be some deep balls to Gabe Davis. But if you're looking at consistency, it's got to be Evan Ingram at this point, right? So he's a reliable tight end, can get you a reliable amount of fantasy points. Easily a top 10, or top 5 tight end, let alone top 10 tight end. So I think he's doing great. Get him into your lineups in week 10. Moving right along here at number 4, a tight end that's completely shocked me, and I've called him cockadoodle so many times. That's Cade Otton. Cade Otton is a tight end that I think he is really benefiting from not having Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. He is getting peppered with targets by Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield's doing good, and they're staying in these football games. Without these top 2 wide receivers, Cade Otton's a big reason why. This week they're taking on a 49ers defense that ranks 10th against opposing tight ends. He stepped up without Evans and Godwin, and I'm telling you, Baker Mayfield needed someone to step up, to be the man for this offense. Cade Otton has done it quite well. He's actually running his routes really good. I have almost a different opinion on Cade Otton since I've been watching him play football without these other guys. He's becoming a guy for this offense and a fantasy football guy. So I think these injuries could be a blessing in disguise. If not this year, but for next year. Because now we know what you got in Cade Otton. A viable fantasy option for fantasy football and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like myself some Cade Otton. I can't believe I say it, but he's in my top 4 tight ends here in week 10. Let's move right along here at number 3. We're going Travis Kelce, right? He's starting to develop towards the end of the season. I told you guys at the beginning, you know, Travis Kelce started off really slow. I told you guys before the season, the Chiefs are wanting to kind of shelter Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes earlier in the season, and they're going to start unleashing them towards the end of the season going into the playoffs. They want these guys to be healthy and strong so they can make a Super Bowl run yet again. This week, they're taking on a Broncos defense that ranks 9th against opposing tight ends. Hopkins is starting to take that pressure off of Travis Kelce. When they acquired Hopkins away from the Tennessee Titans, they knew what they were doing. They needed a wide receiver that was going to go out there and take pressure off of Travis Kelce, and this is exactly what they did. You saw that 35-yard bomb he did against the Buccaneers. He did very well. He's taking the top off the defense. What does that do? It lifts the defense up just a little bit. It lets Travis Kelce work into the middle and become the man for this offense. That's why you're seeing Travis Kelce's numbers come up. Easily top 3 tight end. He could be working his way up to that number 1 tight end spot yet again, where he probably belongs. So moving on to the next tight end at number 2 here in week 10. That's Trey McBride. Trey McBride he's getting the work, and I tell you guys every single week, Marvin Harrison Jr. is actually playing quite well now. He's starting to develop nicely. He's still got a little ways to go, but he's doing good. And in the meantime of him developing and understanding how to play the game of football, Trey McBride is there, and he is just soaking up all these targets. This week, he's taking on a Jets defense that ranks 6th against opposing tight ends. Volume is king with this guy. He's getting the work. Like I said, when they need somebody to rely on, it's Trey McBride who's getting the football, right? If they need a first down, it's Trey McBride who's getting the football, right? So I like what I see from Trey McBride. He's getting you a nice, consistent amount of numbers. He doesn't have many, I would say, spike weeks, but he has a good floor, right? He's not going to hurt you. He's just going to be in the median right now. But this week could be a spike week. I think they're going to need Trey McBride to come up big to have a chance to really come in this football game and win. Just going to be honest. I'm calling a spade a spade. They need Trey McBride to do something. And I think he can do that. But coming here at number 1, I got to go George Kittle. I mean, they were on bye week. You saw a couple weeks ago, over 100 yards receiving. I mean, George Kittle, he's almost the last man standing. Injuries to Deebo Samuel. We saw Brandon Ayuk. Christian McCaffrey has yet to play it down for the 49ers. Who's the one person who I say is injury prone and a boomer bust player? That's George Kittle. No longer this year is he a boomer bust player. He's a consistent player. right? And I think the consistency goes along because there's not a lot of options to throw the football to anymore. He was a boomer bust player because, yeah, he might have a spike week, but they had to get Brandon Ayuk involved. They had to get Deebo Samuel involved. They had to get Christian McCaffrey involved. They don't have to do that right now. Right now, it's George Kittle. And they're throwing in the football a lot. This week, they're taking on a Bucs defense that ranks 24th against opposing tight ends. Should continue to thrive. He's going to continue to thrive. He's asserting himself as being the dominant receiving option for this football team. Brock Purdy's looking at this guy to throw the football to, and he's scoring a crap load of points for you. A plethora of points. And I love to see that from my number one tight end. Easily my number one tight end for week 10. But guys, make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit a subscribe button. Make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Come on. Most of you guys aren't even subscribed to the channel. If you're making it this far in the video, you should be subscribed. Why aren't you subscribed already? Smash it, right? Leave a comment down below. Also, like if you see somebody that's not in the top 10, do you believe should be in the top 10? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to go back and forth with you guys and know what your opinions are opposed to my opinion. I love to see it. Again, smash the like button for me. Really, really helps. We're pumping out so many videos, guys. So many. I mean, I'm talking 4, 5, 6, 7 videos each and every week to help you set the best lineup possible. You know, here we say it all the time. My ultimate goal is for you to win a championship, and you will do it right here with the Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.